You know, I don't think Americans really grasp just how much higher gas prices are in Europe and most of the developed world compared to here. I was watching a YouTube video the other night where they were in a remote area of Australia, and they happened to mention that petrol was $3 per liter. Now, me being a stupid American who knows nothing about the metric system, I was thinking, well, there's probably 2.5 liters in a gallon, meaning that a gallon of gas would be like $6, $7, $8. But no, there's actually 3.78 liters in a gallon, meaning in that part of Australia, they're literally paying $11 a gallon. And no, gas isn't that high in most parts of the world in Europe, but take Europe for example. On average, they're paying about €2 per liter of petrol there. And when you do the math and all the conversions on that, it means that on average, most Europeans are paying close to $9 per gallon for gas. And you know what? That's probably about how much we should be paying here, too. So yep, in this video, I have to admit, I get a little bit happy when gas prices go up. I can't lie, I get a little kick out of going to the gas station, filling up my cherry red Toyota Prius and laughing at all the idiots in their giant pickup trucks that they didn't really need, that now cost them multiple hundreds of dollars to fill up. Yeah, it's pretty funny, but feeling good about my vehicle purchase is not why higher gas prices make me happy, or why I'm actively in favor of higher gas prices. No, the real reason is very simple: climate change. I'm going to put this very simply. If we continue down this path that we are currently going, our species is not going to survive. The current reality of the situation we are in is that our greenhouse gas emissions overall have only continued to increase every single year. They haven't gone down. They haven't even plateaued. No, we are continuing to pump more and more poison into the air we breathe every single year. And because of that, we are now in an incredibly dire situation. And MAGA can cry and whine all they want about how terrible wind and solar is and how they'd much rather work in a coal mine. But the reality is that humanity needs to completely get off of fossil fuels and transition towards green energy and renewables. We should have done it 50 years ago, and America should have been leading the way. The green energy revolution should have been the next major economic boom that created good, high-paying jobs for Americans. But no, instead we're choosing to stick our heads in the sand and remain in the past, burning fossil fuels, pumping poison into the air we breathe to generate electricity like Neanderthals or barbarians. But if you look at a place like Europe, they're actually taking climate change seriously. They're actually doing what is necessary to transition their societies away from fossil fuels. And unfortunately, it's very clear at this point that Americans need some strong motivation in order to do the same. So, if gas was $8 a gallon here, we would be forced to treat this situation very, very differently. And anyone who is buying a car would be forced to actually think about whether or not they really need that giant truck, or whether they just want it because they think it makes them look cool. So yeah, I love it when gas prices go up. Frankly, I hope they keep going up and get even higher and higher. Because when I see higher gas prices, I don't think about an inconvenience of having to pay more money to fill up my car. No. What I'm thinking about is, if these gas prices get high enough, maybe we'll actually have a future for our children in this country again. And if I have to pay $10 a gallon for gas in order to have a future again, I'm happy to do it.